Community groups are outraged over the huge bill Canada is paying for security measures to host the G8 and G20 summits. Estimates are coming in at a whopping $1 billion, a figure said to be conservative. That would make this three-day event the largest security operation in Canada, even superseding the security costs of the recent 2010 Winter Olympic Games in Vancouver.
$1 billion is being thrown out the window for 3 days of meetings. Absolutely the most disgusting misuse, vulgar use of public funds that I've ever witnessed in my life.
The preparations have gone back months, and a lot of the costs go into the salaries that in the planning that the people have been doing. It's not just a 2 to 3 day event. It's all the planning and preparation, the equipment, the training that come along with it.
There's another important cause that community groups feel a $1 billion price tag would have been better spent on: the homeless, especially in densely populated cities like Toronto.
Last year, a study done by the Toronto Shelter, Support and Housing Administration indicated that the number of people living on social assistance increased by 13% from the previous year to over 80,000 people, while 65,000 people were still on the waiting list for social housing. The study also indicated that Toronto is now home to over 60% of low-income families living in the Greater Toronto region.
Recently, dozens of those homeless individuals were evicted by the Toronto Police to make way in the streets around and within the security zone, marked by a 3-meter high perimeter fence. Both community groups and the police say this measure was taken for the homeless individuals' own safety.
Anything that looks unhealthy or not sort of normal would be suspect.
The City of Toronto has worked very closely with social services to provide them alternate accommodations.
What community groups don't agree on is the cost of security measures for this event.
It's an absolutely insanely vulgar number. That is just not okay.
There's never been 2 summits back to back, and while it poses challenges onto itself, it also does bring an increased number of financial restraints.
Anti-poverty and environmental groups are planning major protests before the summits, which the Toronto Police have already started preparing for by arming themselves with special equipment, like long-range acoustic devices and also sharpshooters. Zara Jamal, Press TV, Toronto.